Hi, it's Rainy from Rainy Day Coaching, and today I want to talk about 20 lifestyle habits you could choose from to make your weight loss journey easier. This goes back to my previous video where I talked about making lifestyle changes, do it yourself diet, and that do it every time, something you could do every time. Micro commitments, whatever you want to call them, but just habits we can choose from that we can stick to for a lifetime that would help us throughout our journey. Actually, I think we'll be quite amazed that when we make a decision and just pick a couple of these, our body will actually obey. It'll actually, because we'll choose something that we could do. It won't be extremely easy, but it's something that we could do that would make a difference over time. So I call these my I don't statements. Number one, I don't waste calories. If it's unhealthy food, if it's already like a treat or something, and it's not like extremely good, like I'm talking about wedding cake, birthday cake, snacks, my baked goods, anything that it looks really, really good, and when you eat it, it's not that good. Like, I don't waste the calories on it, which requires us to throw away some food. But hey, I just don't waste calories, right? Number two, I don't eat anything that's not worth the amount of calories that's in it. So, for example, I used to love honey buns until I looked at the back and saw that the ones I was eating was like a full day's worth of calories. Like, I could, if technically, if we're only supposed to have so many calories per day, and I was getting it in that one honey bun. So, just choosing items that are worth the amount of calories that are in it. I say I'm from Arkansas, and my family loves, everybody just loves to feed you. That's how they show your love. That's how they show they're excited to see you. You're happy to be home. And I always eat a little bit, but again, it's mostly going to be fried. And so it's going to have a lot of calories. So I just eat a little bit because, again, the amount of calories that's in it is not really worth, a whole day's calories. Like, one meal, you're eating so many calories in one meal. So just being mindful, or don't eat anything that's not worth the calories. I personally, I don't drink calories. It's one that's easy for me, of course, because I don't drink alcohol. So it's easy for me to say, but you could say, I don't drink sugary drinks, I don't drink pop, whatever works better for your lifestyle, but still, over time, will save you calories, and you could adopt it for a lifestyle habit. Number four, I don't wait until I'm hungry to eat. So, again, it's something that I had adopted, and then I found out that it was kind of like intermittent fasting. So I eat on the schedule. They said intermittent fasting is kind of eating on the schedule, having a time frame for when you eat. And again, you can Dr. McCullough and Dr. Ann Smith. It's just something that they really push. And I learned, like I said, when I talked about willpower, like I'm no match against cravings. And they say that the intermittent fasting, eating on the schedule, actually ceases your cravings and stopping you from craving so much. So I don't wait till I'm hungry to eat. So another one is I don't have to make a happy plate. Yeah, that was really like a no in my brain growing up, having to have a clean plate. So that's one that could save us. Again, we're talking about lifestyle changes that could save us calories over time, which would facilitate our weight loss journey, right? I don't eat out of the big bag. I think this is just me, because see, most people I found, like, I call it a superpower when they can just eat, put so much aside and just eat that and not have the big bag, the rest in there calling them, calling to me. For me, I cannot do it. I have to have just a small, the bag has to be small. I have to see it as a smaller bag. I can't save money by getting a big bag. If I want to eat something in portion, it has to be pre-portioned for me. So for me, one thing that I had to adopt, which is save me calories, is just knowing I just don't eat out of a big bag. I don't buy big bags. I always buy a portion size of something that I like to eat. So I don't eat out of the big bag. The next one, I don't eat fast. I eat mindfully. Now this one, I'm not gonna be able to do this one. I already know, but it may work for some of you. I don't eat fast. Many of my friends have had success just totally slowing down when they're eating. And I tried it. I get it that if you actually really enjoy the food and when you're eating it slower. But I don't know, something about me, if it's just really good, I just have to eat it fast. So, but again, not for me, but something that someone could adopt, which is I don't eat fast. I eat mindfully, and I kind of savor and enjoy and taste my food while I'm eating. Next thing is I don't eat spontaneously. That kind of goes back to I eat on a schedule. Just because somebody brought some donuts in from work, or just because people have clients that give them, just because somebody gave me, I went to a neighborhood meeting and they had this really good, well, I'm kind of a baked goods, but you can say I don't eat spontaneously. However, if somebody brought some donuts into work, when I was going to eat at 12, then I eat one then, right? And not eat something maybe that I brought. But it's like, I don't eat spontaneously. I'm not going to eat it just because I see it. But I still can have it, but I just got to eat it at my normal time that I normally would eat. So I don't eat spontaneously. Could help because there's a plethora of free food available to us. I don't eat for fun. I think of this, I just notice it. It's not that I don't don't eat for fun. I just own it when I said, okay, my daughter made some chocolate covered strawberries. I'm going to eat these for fun. I'm not hungry. I'm just going to eat them for fun and I just note it, if we're watching a movie, I'm just going to eat some popcorn for fun. For me, some people, you may be able to just not do it. That may be your new lifestyle thing you could adopt. But for me, I think it helps just noting when I'm eating it for fun, so maybe I won't eat as much, right? I don't eat when I'm not hungry. Again, that ties into I don't eat for fun. And a lot of these is like, how does it work best in your brain? How do you need to tell yourself? So, habits kind of just wrap around the story we tell ourselves in our brain about stuff, right? This is how we adopt these various habits. So if I've hit a soft spot in those top 10, then you could just comment below which one you can or cannot, you don't see yourself implementing. But number 11, I don't go to the grocery store hungry, especially not to Costco or Sam's. I already know it's going to be free samples. So therefore, when I go to the grocery store, so that I don't crave everything I see, I don't go to the grocery store hungry. I don't eat fake foods. Now, again, some people may get, you probably, you don't have to do this one if you want. But for me, you know how our friends, most of us have some friends that have gone vegetarian because they've told themselves, they've watched the video or something about what they do to meat, how it's cruel to animals, and So now the story to tell itself is no, meat is not good. I'm the, it's life force. Whatever story to tell, they have managed not to eat it. For me, I did that with processed food or with junk food. So the story I tell myself is I don't eat fake foods. I mean, I tease my kids, they still eat whatever. And I just say, you know, you're eating a science experiment, right? If you look at the back of whatever hot chips, whatever you're eating, it's like 32 ingredients in this one little piece of thing, right? So in my mind, I don't eat fake foods. I don't eat science experiments. That's just how I fix it in my brain so that I don't eat a lot of processed foods. Another thing is I don't take my hunger pains too seriously. So seriously though, a lot of times I have found like, why would I be hungry? Like I just ate, why am I hungry? And then I've read some nutrition classes, tips and stuff like that, that sometimes hunger is actually just thirst or something. But I know that feeling hunger pains is not always true. So I don't take my hunger pains too seriously. Another thing is I don't eat while watching TV. Yeah, again, I find if you're not paying attention when you're eating, and that was a study done, you'll eat a lot more if you're not paying attention when you're eating. So I think all of these kind of the next few go in. I don't eat while watching TV. I don't eat while I'm working. I don't eat in my bedroom. Those all kind of go together because it's just you're eating, but you're not focused on eating. You're not present with the act of eating and then will tend to make you eat more. So if we can just adopt one or two of those, certainly over time, that would help us lose weight over time. Another one is I don't reward myself with food. What did we learn this? Like, I don't know. I always used to, if I did something good, I wanted to reward myself, or even if I was sad and I felt I needed a treat, I would always get a supersonic cheeseburger from Sonic. And then one day I just thought, well, you know what? I probably shouldn't reward myself with food anymore. I shouldn't reward, myself with food. So then I adopted it then. And then, of course, I kind of wanted to think of something I can kind of reward myself with. And it was like some new running shoes, new workout attire, something that was a win-win that would actually be a reward, not a reward that I would, that would hurt me later or just not something that would be a good lifestyle choice is to reward myself with supersonic cheeseburgers. So you may adopt, I don't reward myself for food, right? I don't eat my biggest meal at dinner. That could work for someone. I was listening to a video by Dr. Ian Smith, and he was saying we don't want to eat 2 hours before we go to bed. We want to stop eating 2 hours before we go to bed. And this could work for some people. It's just eating your heaviest meal earlier in the day or at lunchtime to when you have time to work off some of the calories. It's kind of difficult when you have a family because that's the time that the family gets together. That won't necessarily work for me. Dinner time is mostly always my biggest meal. But again, someone could adopt that, and over time it would make a bigger difference if it was something they could easily put into their lifestyle. Then it's I don't eat to relieve stress. One of my clients mentioned this to me, is that she eats a lot. She knows it's when she's stressed out or, more, that's when you're eating comfort foods. And so definitely one thing, I don't want to compound the stress in the eating. That's making bad things worse, right? So I want to think of another way to combat stress, which would be, walking, running, meditating, chilling out for a minute, breathing, just anything other than eating. if we know we eat when we're stressed, just finding another way to offset the stress could definitely be a game changer in your weight loss journey. And last but not least, I don't eat unlimited portions to the point I know I'm going to suffer later. So I will have to say we need to make some caveats around this, Super Bowl, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever family meals we have. We only get this like once a year, so let's make an exception for special occasions that I don't eat unlimited portions for special occasions. So we only can do this for special occasions, but definitely if we did this ongoing, right, we know it would not be good. So if it's something that you actually do right now, if you just stop and only did it on special occasions, again, could be a game changer. I do like this quote by Robin Sharma. It says, every time we get the body to obey the mind, we love ourselves a little more. And just implementing a handful, 2, 3, 4 of these different habits, disciplines into our lifestyle, we will start to build more self-confidence, more love for ourselves, just because we're setting goals and we're achieving them. So again, pick a couple of these that you know that you could adopt and you could do it every time, and it could make a big difference in your weight loss journey. Thanks for watching my videos, guys. Glad you made it to the end. See you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.